Don't ever, ever, never, ever put Aaron Rodgers in the GOAT conversation again. And no, it did not take this game for me to know that Aaron Rodgers is not the greatest quarterback of all time. He's nowhere in that discussion. I've never seen Marino play, but Marino is not in that discussion, because in this discussion, in this matter, rings matter. Success matters. The hardware, the goal, it all matters. This guy has been a quarterback in the NFL for 17 years and has gone to and won one Super Bowl. I'm sure there's some people that are going to come out and be like, well, at least he got that. Panthers has never won. This team has never won, blah, blah, blah. Leave Rodgers alone. No. There comes a time when you win, and people are heaping all this praise on you for how great you are, how you do this and that. There comes a time where you have to exceed the expectations of just one. You can do what you want in the regular season. That it was the same thing for Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning had so much regular season success, and if you still ask me today, the rings don't match the success he had in the regular season. The same goes for Aaron Rodgers. This was bad. I mean, all credit to give San Francisco defense and special teams some credit, because Jimmy G was trying to give this game away. The 49ers, I had no faith whatsoever that the 49ers offense was going to march down that field and score a touchdown. Zero faith. They did march down for field goal position, but this is more to do about Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, congrats to the 49ers, but this was a bad Packers loss. You think about the first playoff game for Aaron Rodgers, 2008. He plays in his high-scoring playoff game against Kurt Warner and the Arizona Cardinals. They lose. It's like in the 40s or something like that, 48, 45, something like that. But when we saw that game, we just knew coming back the following year that the Packers were going to be favored to win the Super Bowl, to make the Super Bowl and win it. And they were, and they did. It was a shaky start. It was just a shaky season. Rodgers did get hurt at some point, but they ended up being the 6th seed, and they ended up becoming the second 6th seed, which guarantees that you will not play a game at home. They ended up becoming the second 6th seed to go on to win the Super Bowl. The Steelers did it, 5 years prior, and that's the team they beat in the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers. And what happened? What does Rodgers do the next year to follow that up? They go 15-1. He wins MVP, go into the playoffs, lose to the Giants 38-20. 2012, go into the playoffs. Colin Kaepernick run all over the defense, and they just destroy Green Bay. 2013, Cap takes them to Lambeau, which is the first time since they played in Lambeau tonight for the first time since 2013. Cap took the team to Lambeau. I think they kicked the game-winning field goal to win that one 23-20 in the snow, in the frozen tundra. 2014, who does he lose to in 2014? Had this big lead, had a nice cushy lead against the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle comes all the way back. The defense is playing great. Holding Russell Wilson, he's turning the ball over like crazy. And the Seahawks come all the way back to win that game in the NFC Championship. Rodgers failed to reach the Super Bowl again. 2015, who did they lose to? 2015, they lose to the Cardinals in the divisional round, whatever. 2016, make it to the NFC Championship, have this great divisional round against Dallas, make it to the NFC Championship, and get walked all over by the Atlanta Falcons. Because surely they were going to beat the Falcons, right? Nope, didn't happen. Atlanta walked over. It was like 40-something to 20-something. 2017, they missed the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. 2018, they also missed the playoffs. Rodgers was injured these years. And then 2019, get the bye week, 2nd seed, go to San Francisco. They give up 37 points, lost 37-8 in the regular season. Go into San Francisco in the NFC Championship, lose 37-20. Last year, home field advantage again. Home field advantage like they had tonight. Made it all the way to the NFC Championship game and lose to the Buccaneers, Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then tonight, in the divisional round, Matt LaFleur fails to get his team to a third straight NFC championship game. It just wasn't meant to be. It's like you lost in 2019, you lost last year, third time, you're not getting that opportunity. They come out here, completely lay this egg and lose to this team. And I'm not saying that the 49ers are a bad team. They started 3-5. They grinded their way to the playoffs, had to win the last day of the regular season to get in. They won a tough one against Dallas last week. And then tonight they grinded it out again after being down. And they weren't really down. Like they were down. It was. Matter of fact, I take that back. It was a close blowout in the beginning. It was like 7-0. But it was like a blowout 7-0 to where it was like, yo, I remember a 2018, it was the first game of the season, 2018, and the Panthers were playing the Cowboys. We ended up winning that game 16-8, but Dak was trying to march his team down the field to tie the game and send it into overtime. And I remember thinking in this game, watching Dak play, like he was missing so many passes. The offense looked so bad that I was saying to myself, I would rather the Panthers be trailing and the Cowboys marching down instead of us having to march down, because their defense was playing good. But I would be much more comfortable with Dallas trying to march down and score, because I had no fear whatsoever that Dak was going to march that ball down and score and tie that game up against the Panthers. Same thing with Jimmy G. Had no fear whatsoever that he was going to get it done. I'm so sorry. Had no fear that Jimmy G was going to get it done in this game against the Green Bay Packers. And the special teams and offense bailed them out. But this is more about Aaron Rodgers' shortcomings and this whole GOAT conversation that people seem to always put him in. You market he and Brady, GOAT versus GOAT. Brady got 7 rings, 1 billion Super Bowl appearances, 1 billion AFC Championship appearances, 1 billion division titles. And Rodgers just has 1 Super Bowl appearance and 1 win. But you always want to talk about GOAT versus GOAT. There is no discussion. There is no debate. Aaron Rodgers is not a better all-time quarterback than Peyton Manning. I would put him over Brett Favre, sure. But he's not in that GOAT conversation. He's not the greatest of all time. He's nowhere near that. It's laughable, and this right here, this was an all-time bad one. They got home field advantage for the second year in a row, and this time they failed to even get to the championship game. And those fans were there because Aaron Rodgers came into this season 0-3 against San Francisco in the playoffs, and they were just sure that this was going to be it. Jordan started his career. Jordan was 0-3 against the Pistons before he finally beat them the 4th time in the postseason, and they thought for sure this was going to be it. And Aaron was about to get another ring. And things were about to be great. He may leave, but at least he's going to leave us with a Lombardi championship. No.